Ukrainian Special Forces led the charge against a Russian trench in the south, with Bravo team from the 130th Reconnaissance Battalion at the forefront. In the ensuing grenade battle, one soldier sustained injuries and was left bleeding from the mouth. However, their comrades persevered, landing a direct hit on a Russian Foxhole. This intense battle unfolded today in a small town named Piatikaki, situated on the east bank of the Dnieper River in southern Ukraine. The Ukrainian forces are currently engaged in pushing through the initial line of Russian defenses, encountering significant resistance and achieving limited progress thus far. A former U.S. Army infantry soldier remarked that in another harrowing footage released this week by Ukraine's Special Operations Forces, their troops can be seen storming a Russian trench and engaging in deadly close-quarters combat with Moscow soldiers. The surprise assault resulted in several casualties among the Russians, as the Ukrainians efficiently cleared the path. The former soldier praised Kiev's forces for flawlessly executing the mission and doing everything right, highlighting the stark contrast to the reactions of the Russian soldiers. In the captured footage, recorded from a camera worn by an operator, two Ukrainians are seen preparing themselves in the trench. They swiftly advance around a corner, simultaneously firing multiple rounds into a dimly lit passageway. The Ukrainian wearing the camera maintains a steady stream of fire towards another corner. Suddenly, a Russian soldier emerges from around the bend, unwittingly running into the line of fire before collapsing. The Ukrainians demonstrate tactical expertise by utilizing the trench's corners for protection. They also exhibit smart rifle handling techniques for effective close-quarters combat, maintaining control over their adrenaline and refraining from hasty advances or indiscriminate spraying of bullets. Taking full advantage of the element of surprise, the Ukrainians expertly conceal their positions, leaving the Russians oblivious to their whereabouts, as noted by Spencer. The explosions further intensify the chaos among the overwhelmed Russian forces as they face relentless attacks. Subsequent footage reveals the Ukrainian soldier pressing deeper into the trenches, ultimately seeking refuge in a small bunker, while the echoes of gunfire persist in the background. A tense moment follows as a Russian soldier cautiously makes his way through the passageway, only to be met with a sudden barrage of gunfire from the hidden Ukrainian in the bunker. Without hesitation, the Ukrainian soldier steps over the fallen Russian and swiftly continues their journey through the intricate network of trenches. Even with the advancements in technology, the trenches, which were once hellish battlegrounds in the past century, continue to retain their horrifying nature. Despite improved visibility through modern devices, the brutality of trench warfare remains unchanged. These grim locations, known as some of the most dreadful places to live and die, now carve through the Ukrainian countryside, extending their reach into other parts of Europe. Mile after mile, the muddy, deep red and green fields under the blue skies serve as a haunting reminder of the atrocities unfolding within them. The present reality of what occurs in these trenches is now captured like never before, through the lenses of helmet cameras and smartphones, offering a perspective that reveals the true extent of the horrors. The captured images are so harrowing that if they were in a film, they would appear excessively dramatic. However, these images are not fictional. They depict the stark reality of modern warfare. During my conversation with Senior Lieutenant Alexander Yapchenko of the 1st Battalion Da Vinci Wolves, he recounted his experience of fighting in Dead Man's Trench. At first, I assumed the name was metaphorical due to the significant loss of lives in that location. To my horror, I learned that the name was not metaphorical, but derived from the distressing fact that when the Ukrainians recaptured the trench, they found the bodies of 4 deceased Russian soldiers within it. Due to the treacherous mud and the relentless intensity of the fighting, the Ukrainian forces were unable to relocate the fallen bodies, forcing them to leave them where they had perished, in a grim testament to their determination. the Ukrainian soldiers added their own fallen comrades to the somber scene. The footage depicting the assaults reveals a sustained Russian onslaught, with hordes of soldiers advancing towards the trench, grenades soaring through the air, the continuous rattle of rifle fire, and wave after wave of Russian infantry relentlessly pushing forward. The thunderous impact of mortars echoes relentlessly, while artillery barrages seem unending. Against all odds, a trench brimming with soldiers, many of whom had little prior experience in battle, managed to repel the relentless assault, but at a great cost. Trench warfare has been a grim reality throughout Russia's war in Ukraine, a brutal aspect that has persisted for 16 long months, drawing frequent comparisons to the harrowing battles of World War I. Dramatic videos have previously showcased Ukrainian soldiers storming and engaging in combat within Russian trenches. However, the recent video released by Ukrainian Special Operations Forces has captivated online viewers, evoking an unparalleled sense of shock and intrigue. "War becomes intimate," commented Spencer, highlighting the rarity of a video that depicts such a profound level of intense proximity and extreme risk. According to his analysis, he emphasized that in such intense combat, the distinction between life and death is measured in mere seconds. He further noted that the success of this mission ultimately hinged on the superior training of the soldiers involved. Unlike other engagements that may rely on factors such as positioning or superior weaponry, this form of warfare is expected to persist as Ukraine prepares for its highly anticipated counteroffensive. During the spring months, Russia dedicated efforts to fortifying defensive positions along the front lines and deep within the Ukrainian territory under its control. In addition to trenches, these fortified defenses consist of anti-tank ditches, minefields, and dragon's teeth concrete spikes specifically designed to halt heavy armored tanks or vehicles.